Hello, my beautiful children of the stars, star seeds, way showers, light workers. 2020 is coming. We are very, very close, and I have had visions. I've had visions. I've had insights coming in of what 2020 will be like, and I am tuned in now to my galactic council. My Pleiadian star commander is with me and helping me translate this message. Those who are new, welcome, welcome. I'm Natasha, Cosmic Empress. My surroundings are a little bit different. I'm not outside as usual. I'm here in Germany right now, in the little apartment of my mom, so that's why you see a different background. My computer just broke, like the connection, so I can't upload the video onto my Mac, so I'm gonna do it live in the next few days. Everything live. So, are you excited about 2020? I am really, really excited because, let me tell you, I have seen that next year is going to be absolutely magnificent. Next year, 2020, is the year where our ascension process is really going to take off. As a collective, we've done a lot of work in the last 20, 30 years, and especially this year, in 2019, there have been major shifts. And in the last month, especially in the last few weeks, I have been living, I have been seeing, I have been breathing, I have been receiving and living in the energy that is to come. I don't know if you've noticed that shift, but I feel that all the turbulent times of the last few months in our ascension process are kind of coming together and calming down, and we've truly shifted onto a new level of experience. So there's a lot that's coming, and there's a lot that's coming. And so first of all, it's important to know that each one of you is at a different place in the ascension process, right? The majority of the earth, of the people on earth, are not really aware of this shift yet, okay? We have to say it's a small amount of us that are just very conscious and are going through this process consciously. And also I have downloaded that the ascension process for everybody, for Mother Gaia, is not going to happen in a year. Okay, so some people are saying, okay, if we're all ascending, what about the negative souls? What about the rest of the humanity? It's going to take more than just a year. I feel that the ascension process is going to take several generations to be complete. I don't think it's going to be complete. We're not going to be flying around and living in the fifth dimension 100% in the next couple of years, all of us. No, but it's like this. If you are here watching this video, obviously you're interested in the topic of ascension. Obviously you're a light worker, you're a seeker, you're a spiritual seeker. You've been doing your work. It's resonating with you. You've noticed changes. You've noticed what's been going on. You've felt it. You are in the process of conscious ascension if you are here right now. So each one of us is at a different level. I've said it many times before, the timelines have split. Yes, the 3D timeline is here. The 5D timeline of ascension is here. And we are ascending as a collective, but many people are still going to continue to perceive the 3D timeline, maybe for the rest of their lives in this lifetime, maybe for the next lifetime, maybe for the one after that. I don't know how many lifetimes it will take for the majority of humanity to really come on board and be able to perceive and jump onto and raise their vibration, raise their consciousness, to be able to do the work and go onto that 5D timeline. But for those of us, and I'm kind of seeing us as the small part of the population. I would watch the last video that Lori Ladd did. Lori Ladd, she's amazing. And when she spoke about the ascension, it's like I receive similar messages, but she can express all this a little better than I can. She's a little more advanced, but she said maybe 0.5% of humanity. I see it maybe almost as less, that we are as a group, and we are like maybe roundabout here, we're maybe halfway up in our ascension process. And I feel in 2020, we're going to be truly halfway. We're going to be Lori Ladd says it's a 4D, that we're going into 4D. I don't know. I haven't been able to define it that way. I always see it as like a mass of us people, highly conscious with some behind, some in front, but like a great part of us who are, you know, in the highly conscious community, we're like together as a group moving up this ascension timeline into 5D. And I would say we're maybe 1/3, and now I think we're moving into the halfway mark, into the 50% mark, where we are obviously still living in the third dimension. We see everything that's going on around us, but we're starting to experience and perceive life differently. And that's what's been happening to me all year in the last few weeks. If you watched my last videos, there's been a huge shift. There's been an incredible shift. I have noticed that people around me perceive life very differently than I perceive life. People around me who live in the same place may have more difficulty. They're affected by politics, by the government, by the banks, by things going on, by natural catastrophes. And somehow, it doesn't affect me. Somehow, my path moving forward every day, what's happening to me every day, is a different kind of experience. It's almost like I'm living here in 3D, but there's kind of this bubble around me that draws positive experiences to me. That negativity and negative happenings do not affect me, right? You can almost see it like if there's a huge fire and there is like branches falling down, burning branches falling down, and I'm walking through them like this, and I'm not hurt. Not a single spark or branch hits me, but I'm in the same fire, because somehow I just intuitively know how to go left and right and weave my way through, and I'm just living my normal life, walking, and left and right people are being hit, boom, boom, boom. That's kind of how I see it. So that's been happening with me and with my life, and I've had some issues lately. You know, if you've been following me, you know, I'm in Germany, had to come here. My mom is not doing so well. She's recovering a little bit, and there's been a lot of challenges, a lot of new situations for me. But I have been walking through all these difficulties. And if I think about what I would have done 5 years ago, I would have been totally overwhelmed, inundated. It would have been so difficult. I would not have been able to handle it. But now, somehow, because I feel that I have been able to move up in the timeline of 5D, and I'm a highly conscious being, as many of you are now, and with my higher self, with the veil being thinner to 5D, to our higher guidance, to our angels and guides, to our galactic team, being able to communicate with us, bring about synchronicities, and have us raise in our vibration, we're able to navigate the 3D life in a 5D form, if that makes sense. So that's been happening to me every day. There's miracles happening every day. Things align in an almost magical, impossible way, right? If you're dealing with governments, health systems, if you're dealing with family members who have always been like this, if you're dealing with all kinds of 3D things, normally, if you're still in the 3D timeline, you would be stuck. You would see the difficulties, you would be fighting against it, you would be pushed down by it. But it seems to me that I am up here and that everything is magically, synchronistically working in my favor, right? And I'm feeling the bliss, even though things are difficult. Every day I have more energy. I feel more blissful. I feel more connected. I feel lighter. My body is getting healthier. I feel as though my whole structure, my whole energy, everything has shifted and changed into a higher dimension. So this is what's going to happen in 2020 to most of you who are watching, because we as a collective are here. And I always feel that things that are happening to the conscious collective happened to me a few weeks earlier. That's why I'm able to make these videos. It maybe has to happen so I can actually talk about it, feel into the energy. So when I feel into future timelines, it actually happens to me physically, and I'm like, wow, okay, this is happening. Now, this is relevant for the collective of you who are watching, of the conscious community, of the spiritual seekers, of those who have been able to move up in that timeline. Okay, so 2020, wow, if 2020 is anything like what I'm experiencing, it's going to be absolutely magnificent. What you have wanted, what you have wished for, the ease, the flow, it's going to come in for you. It's going to come in. All the problems you're having, everything you've been struggling with, physical ailments, you have the opportunity to move through that and to bring in the healing, the bliss, the high vibrations. I just feel that it's happening automatically. Of course, you know, we have to do our work too. You know, we have to constantly try our best. Just do our best every single day. That's all that we have to do. Just do our best in the moment every single day and not give up and not let ourselves be pushed down. And every single day right now, I'm going through, I feel almost like it's a little test. Every encounter, every day, everything that happens. There's of course still things that happen that are not so great, right? It's not like I'm like, oh, everything is perfect. I'm floating above everything. It's not like that. But when heavy things come, I'm aware, and I'm aware of my reaction. And when negative things come, I'm like, okay, am I going to react and then get into a negative cycle? Or am I saying, I'm living in 3D and these are things that are happening and I'm going to stay calm and I'm going to observe. I'm not going to push and fight. I'm just going to raise my vibration. I'm going to try to see through it. I'm going to try to really find the best path, the best action, the best word, the best thought regarding that. And I'm not going to let it pull me down. And you know, a few minutes or hours or maybe a day later, this problem resolves itself and it crumbles. It crumbles because I have managed to stay in a high vibrational state. I've managed to not react. I've managed to problem solve that with my higher self, of course, with my team of guides. Like I said in my last video, I ask my guides every single day. Every morning I say, okay, help me this day. And I just talk to them out loud like this. I say, spirit guides. Sometimes I call on some specific ones, but usually I just say heavenly team of light. I know I'm going in the right direction. Come in today and help me. Help direct me. Help direct my thoughts, my actions, open synchronicities for me, and they do. So if this happens to me, it can happen to you. If I'm moving up and if I'm moving more and more into every day's bliss, every moment's bliss. If that is possible for me, it's possible for you. We're all the same. We're all on the same boat, going up, moving up, somewhere around the middle of the ascension process. And of course, you know, if you think about sages or some other YouTubers I've seen, they're already in 5D. They are like living in full bliss and 3D is not affecting them at all anymore. The problems of 3D, they're still living in a third dimensional body in this world, but it's not affecting them at all anymore. And I feel we're in the middle. That's why many times in my other videos, I talked about the wobble, like going up, going down, being pulled down, and then, oh, we're in the middle of it again, and there's chaos and stress, and we have to deal with money. We have to deal with all of these things. But I feel that in 2020, it's not going to be like up, down, up, 3D, 4D, 3D, 5D, 3D, 4D. It's going to be smoother. We're going to be able to stay here most of the time. And the vision that I got for this is the following. The vision is this. The vision that I got from above when I was up there with my Galactic Council, specifically my Pleiadian guide in the Galactic Council has been working with me a lot, and she's a Pleiadian star commander. Yeah, she's part of the Pleiadian forces of light up there helping us. And what she showed me, I looked down on the earth and I saw a huge storm, like a hurricane. You know, when you see a satellite picture of a hurricane, it goes like this. There's like dark clouds and destruction, and in the middle is the eye of the hurricane, like this. the eye. And she showed me that 2020 will be you and I and the ones that are truly going up. We are going to be in the eye of the hurricane, where the sunlight comes down, where we receive the heavenly light, where we receive everything positive and beautiful, where there's sunshine, where there's green grass and flowers. In the eye of the hurricane and around us is going to be, there's going to be destruction, there's going to be strife, there's going to be stress. For each one of you, where you are in the world, in your life, in your specific situation, it's going to be different. But the 3D timeline may get more chaotic, all right? The 3D timeline may be like subjected to the storm. So the storm may be like all around you. You may see things happening. Wow, what's going on? But it's important that you stay focused and stay in the middle of the eye of the hurricane, the eye of the storm, the calm place right in the center. And that place is that higher dimensional timeline. And the storm will try to pull you in. That's the thing. If you're here and there's all this stuff happening around you, like all around you, this whirling storm, and you see some family members, you see friends, you see the system, you see everything happening, and you want to go in because you are pulled by it, or you want to help, or you're distracted, or you let yourself be pulled into the drama, pulled into that reality, then you can be pulled into it, and you will be in the storm, and you will let yourself be pulled down into 3D, and you will be affected by the storm. But what I'm saying is you don't have to be. You have to, for next year, for 2020, maintain the vision to stay in the calm, peaceful, bright, beautiful, high-dimensional, sunny eye of the storm, the eye of the hurricane. Have you ever been in a hurricane? I have. I used to live in the Caribbean, and there was a horrible hurricane, and we were thrashed, and suddenly it was calm. The sun came out, and I was like, what's going on? And I knew this is the eye of the hurricane. And 2 hours later, the storm started again, but in the other direction, right? So I actually experienced physically what it's like to be in the eye of a hurricane, and it was an unbelievable experience. You thought, oh, the storm is over. Suddenly, it's bright, it's calm, the wind has stopped, and you're safe. But when the hurricane passed over where I was, 2 hours later, the storm started again. So it's really important for you to focus, to be guided into the eye of the storm and stay there. Don't be pulled back and forth. And the storms may move, right? They may move physically or energetically. You may have to change position. You may have to be more open. You may have to change jobs, change houses, change countries, change your perception, change the people around you, because the storm around you is going to try to pull you in. And I've recently worked with people who truly have had many attacks, negative attacks from people, from beings, from fourth low dimensional beings. So there's going to be a lot of attacks, psychic attacks, energetic attacks, trying to pull you into the storm. But you got to stay strong and stay in the center. And that center is going to be a beautiful, magical place. And if you stay strong and centered, once you have found the flow and the bliss, once you've had just a tiny taste of it, move towards it. If you say, but I'm not in the eye of the hurricane yet, I'm still being thrown around. You can start today to tune in and ask yourself, where is the eye of the storm? Where is it? What direction? What do I have to do? Where do I have to go? Do I have to meditate? Do I have to maybe, release that person from my life? Do I have to just eat chocolate cake today? It depends where your bliss is, where your calm is, where your center is, right? So for everybody, it's different. And at every moment, you will have to be open and perhaps do something different. Be open to take action that's different, to go down a different path. Every day, that's what I'm doing. I am so open to my divine guidance, to guide me into more into the center of the eye of the hurricane, like more. We want to be right in the center where the light can come in, right? Where the veil is thin for our spirit guides to come through, for the Galactic Federation of Light to be able to beam their good vibes, their good rays to us, to help us, okay? So that's my vision for 2020. And in 2020, truly, if you move down that path, if you just keep doing your best every day, I mean, like I always say, you don't have to be a sage, you don't have to meditate 3 hours a day, you don't have to think that you're enlightened. I don't think I'm that enlightened. I just do my best every day. I try to be open, receive, talk to my spirit guides, listen to my higher self. That's all I do. And then I just try to act on that. That's all you have to do. Just do your best every day. Be consciously awake and aware, because you are a multidimensional, beautiful, unique child of the stars. That's why I always say children of the stars. We are children of the stars. We are naturally multidimensional. We are naturally highly spiritual, highly awake, highly aware. Our soul knows, our soul knows. So sometimes you don't have to do much, just kind of become still and just ask, show me the way, help me remember, help me raise my vibration. It's not that hard, right? You just have to be open, become still, just do the best you can in the moment. Slow down a little bit from the franticness, from all the stress and strife. Just breathe, get grounded a little bit. That's all you have to do sometimes. And then you will start to experience the bliss, the ease. For me, it's amazing what's been happening. I'm even losing a little bit of weight. I've been wanting to do that because the last year was so stressful. My energy was so low. I was going through some physical health issues, nothing major, but very, very low on energy. So physically, I haven't been that on top in the last year, but in the last few weeks, I've had more energy than before. I'm able to do more. I'm able to react. I'm able to move every day into my future timeline, going up and up and up. I feel that's possible, and you can do that too. And 2020 truly is going to be magnificent. It's going to be magnificent. I've seen some readers out there saying, oh, there's going to be war, there's going to be chaos. That might happen. It most likely will happen. But remember, there's always the eye of the storm in the middle, where you will be and where I will be, where we will observe and just wanting to help. We will help to spread the message, spread the light. We will pray. We will do what we can, but we're not gonna let ourselves be pulled into the storm, right? It's like when someone is drowning with a heavy rock on their feet, you're not going to jump in and drown with them. You're going to reach out, you're going to throw a lifesaver, you're going to do everything you can to help them, but you're not going to drown with them, right? So I hope that makes sense. And I want you to just concentrate on following your bliss, raising your vibration, just doing your best every day, and working with your higher self, being open. And I know that for most of you, 2020 is going to be the best year yet. It's going to be the best year yet. I feel this year for me has been really wonderful, has been amazing. The journey has been crazy, but so amazing. And our perception, as we're moving higher, we are able to open up and connect more with our higher self. We're able to see things differently. We will get an X-ray vision. We will be lighter. So 2020 is going to be absolutely magnificent. And right now it has started. It has started in the last month, and December, I feel, is going to give us more of a taste of that. And I will continue making updates about 2020. I have a lot more to say about it, but not to make... Sorry, someone keeps calling. It's my mom. I hope it makes sense. So let me know what you think. I am still doing sessions. If you want a reading with me, always check every Sunday at 1 p.m. in my shop for personal private readings about your starseed origins, or to clear some of those blocks, those energetic blocks, that karma. So take a look. Everything is down in the description box, free resources, readings, links. So I hope you'll check that out as well. Thank you so much. Love you. Natasha, Cosmic Empress.